I think there's something unique about the Facebook environment in that it sort of compels disclosure because it gives us so much information about other people. We get this constant news feed of what everybody else is up to that it sort of compels us to disclose and to also seek out more information about other people. So, because it's so easy to access information on Facebook, you can do it undetected. That once they would see something that would make them feel a little bit uncomfortable, they would monitor their partner's Facebook page more closely.
You know what you've been doing all day. Poking people? You just gonna poke her all day, huh? Poking her. What's her name? Poker face now, huh? No, get off me, okay? Mister, I worked overtime. How you work overtime and you was tagged in Craig's birthday picture? Remember that? Last Saturday. Yeah, no, I don't even really want to talk to you. What the hell, Cause you LOLing all up on her comments. She that funny now. She that funny. No, she that funny. The LMAO. Your ass off now? Your whole ass. You just laughed it all off.
Every now and then you look at a picture and say, like, that guy's a little bit close to her, you know, like, you know, and it's not like I have a lack of trust in her. It's like, what's that guy doing?
I comment on his things sometimes, but like, I would never like go and sit and look at his Facebook profile.
Men and women in general seem to use Facebook a little bit differently and seem to experience jealousy on Facebook a little bit differently. And one of the main things that related to this was this idea that when women feel jealous or see something on Facebook that makes them feel uncomfortable, they're more likely to seek out more information about this. Whereas men are more likely to avoid looking at information. We created this Facebook jealousy scale to sort of assess jealousy in young people, like on their Facebook. So it wasn't that men and women had different levels of jealousy. They both scored about the same on jealousy. There's no significant differences. It was the way that they responded to jealousy triggers that seemed to be a bit different. And so what we sort of came up with to explain our findings was that Facebook does a few things. It gives people more access to information. So information about their partners that they wouldn't necessarily otherwise be privy to. It also often lacks context. So not only does it open up all this new information, it's not always clear the relationship that your partner has with the person they're communicating with or what they mean by certain things. 80% of our participants, as well as their partners, had past girlfriends or boyfriends as friends on Facebook. So you're constantly being exposed to a lot of the common triggers of jealousy. Seeing your partner interact with an attractive rival, I guess, engage with somebody that you don't know, ambiguous scenes involving your partner, or a partner interacting with like a past sexual or romantic partner. Even if you're not prone to jealousy, seeing more and more jealousy triggers could ignite jealousy in anyone, arguably. We sort of explored this idea of creeping and the term creeping, and it's a very interesting term because it has a bit of a negative connotation, right? Like it's creepy to be looking at other people's information online. But, you know, in one sense, it's like it's okay to put the information up there, but it's creepy for people to look at it.
You're just getting what they wrote, so you read what they want you to know, but you can't really tell what the person's like. You have to meet the person in person.
It's torture because there's so many ways that you could go. I mean, for me, I think about like all the like different parts of me and how do I get that across? Like I would look like a schizo. So it's like, what about me do I want to pull out and want people to know? You know, I want people to know that like I'm a happy person, I'm a kind person. At the same time, it's like, that's what every other girl wants people to know about them.
I'd rather have somebody put the good, the bad, the ugly. And then I can decide whether or not it's somebody that I want to take a chance with.
So I'm telling them what I feel comfortable with them knowing. And I have to, like, just kind of hope that they receive it well.
I became a widow at the age of 41. I married my high school sweetheart. So I started dating him at 15, and that's the one and only man that I was ever with. I guess I really never dated as a teenager because I had met my true love. So it was really weird to end up going out into a dating world after never really being out there. So as far as internet dating goes, it was just dating, period, was a whole big shock. My kids were the worst of them. They thought this would be so cool to shove their mother on an internet dating site.
I'm glad, like, if it was like a telephone thing, that'd be super awkward, because our first phone conversation was kind of awkward.
There are many people out there who I know who've met people over the internet and developed, lasting, deep relationships with them. But I mean, just like any relationship, it takes a certain. Eventually, you're gonna have to meet the person. So it takes a certain level of interaction to actually get to the point where you establish a real relationship with somebody, as opposed to just writing them. I suppose, though, it's not any worse than having a pen pal.
Well, actually, I probably would have been pissed if I had paid $50 and not met anyone. But some of the emails I got were hilarious. So that in itself was worth it. It was daily entertainment.
Have I had a nightmare? Oh God, did I ever. He was a broker, apparently in Burlington. I get there and I don't know what he looks like. Just from the picture he had posted, you really couldn't pinpoint what he exactly looked like, because just the way the picture was, it was far back. So I went over, met him, sat there. His cheeks were just beet red. And I'm like, wow, I know it's cold out, but he goes, yeah, he goes, I walked here. It's 25 below. Why would you walk? Then we get talking, and he informs me he doesn't drive. But he asked me if I would like to go and play pool. And I turned around and I looked at him and I said, so are you going to ride your bicycle to my house and pick me up as we go down the road on a bicycle with a pool stick? I don't think so. This guy was full of it. And he said, do you want to give me a ride home? And I said, no, apparently you like walking, so enjoy. It's 28 below now. See ya. That was the end of that one.
He emailed me, hey, I'm probably too old for you, but, you sound really cool and have a nice smile, something like that. That started an email chain for about 3 weeks or so. So we've been dating since, and just a really nice guy. I Googled him before meeting up, before this. I told my mom his first name, last name, where he worked. Right now I work with mostly women, so it's hard to meet people, because also who I'm looking for is someone I probably wouldn't find at a bar.
I would never go back and do that internet dating thing, only because I really didn't get anything out of it. It's probably not actually a bad thing for anybody to try, only because it does open your eyes. You do get to see the difference between me communicating with you online and then actually meeting you.
I wasn't feeling like I needed someone in my life, but if Matt wasn't around, I probably would have just gone about my business and I guess waited until something really happened, which who knows if it would.